Hey everybody. So one of the things I learned at convention this year was that the differentiating factor with doTERRA oils and everything else on the market is the CPTG, and we all know this, but it's so hard to describe. And sometimes when we get into like whether somebody ran this test or that test, a lot of companies will run some of these tests, and they so you'll say, well, we do mass or gas spectrometry and mass chromatography, and they'll say, oh yeah, we do that too. And then suddenly they've kind of diffused your argument, and they think CR oils are just as good, but you instinctively know that they're not, and you may have a hard time describing this or finding a way to really show them what the doTERRA difference is. So doTERRA's come out with a new tool. It's called Source2U. Source2U.com. You need to start utilizing this because there's a whole lot more that differentiates doTERRA's oils than just whether we run those tests. In fact, there's a battery of other tests that we run too that these other companies don't run, because those two tests are extremely manipulatable. We have found that it's very easy to get things through those tests if you're not doing them with the same ethical standards. So they become somewhat meaningless. One of the keys that really differentiates us, that makes us different, is how we get the oils. 80% of all of our oils right now are acquired through something called co-impact sourcing. If you don't know what that is, look it up in your back office. Co-impact sourcing is the coolest thing. We're basically cutting out the middleman. The middleman is where somebody will acquire oils from local growers. They'll put them into a big, huge vat, and then they'll sell that off. They're going to be the oil brokers. Almost all oils distributed, even therapeutic oils, are going to be distributed through a broker. The problem is, it's estimated now at this point with the demand for essential oils that 90% of brokered essential oils are adulterated. 90% of them are adulterated. So if they're buying them, if they're getting from any source, any middleman source, there is a high probability that they are adulterated, and they'll even get through the test because they're becoming extremely sophisticated in how they run these tests. So one example actually is one of our top competitors, and I'm not exactly sure who it is, but I have an idea. Has Melissa out on the market. We haven't been able to have Melissa because we can't get it in a pure form in enough quantity. And so, how do these guys have Melissa? And we were doing tests on their oil to kind of see what the quality of the Melissa. And there were two key components that were missing, which was really weird that they would be missing because they are in Melissa, but everything else looked exactly like Melissa. I mean, it had the right profile. It would go through a mass spectrometry, a gas chromatography, and you would say that is Melissa oil. But they started exploring further and breaking it down even deeper because of these two missing components kind of sent off a red alert. And they found that when they ran it against other profiles, that it was actually lemongrass, and they had added a component to the lemongrass, and it's very difficult to distinguish it from Melissa oil with this component in. Lemongrass is like $10, and Melissa is $150. This is massive fraud, and this is in companies that have credibility, companies that are mainstream competitors. So this is what we're talking about. This is happening all over the place because the demand is so high. So what doTERRA has done is, with this co-impact sourcing, we go straight to the growers and we build up their community. So we bring them in water and schools, and watch the videos on that Source2U. They're amazing. We build them up and we teach them how to produce oils for us, and we're growing our own market, and we get exclusive rights to the oils that are produced through this channel. And we still get to reject it because we don't own the property. That's the other conflict of interest, is if you own the property. Many companies are out there bragging, oh, we're the largest grower of essential oils. Well, great. What happens when you have a bad grow season? Now you're going to just sell your oil, excuse me, because you're too invested in it. So that's an inherent conflict of interest, because you can't be free to reject an oil if it's substandard in quality. So what we do is we purchase from these groups, and if it doesn't pass, they can still sell it on the secondary market, but we get first right of exclusive purchasing of these products from the growers themselves without going through any middleman at all. So we are building up their economy. At the same time, we're bringing in pure oils to you to be able to sell, and creating an exclusive network of oils that nobody else can get. through this process. So all new oils coming in are done through this process. It's amazing. Just go to source2you.com, just run through some of those videos, and you'll see where we get all the oils. That's the difference. And they've made it easier for you to share that now with other people, where you can just show them the website, and they say, well, why doTERRA? You don't have to be a scholar of all things essential oils to try to describe why it's better. Just take them to Source2You. It will make the case for you, and it will help them to understand why these products are truly different, and also why the company's different. I mean, we are changing the world economically as well as with health through these programs, because these are countries that have, they're third world economies. They don't have these opportunities, and now they do, because we pay them on time, pay them a fair market for their services, and we buy direct from them without them getting used by somebody who's taking their product and reselling it at a much higher price. So we are, excuse me, still clearing my lungs a little bit, early in the morning. We are really excited about it, so check out the Source2You. Talk to you guys later. Bye.